Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today I just wanted to put together a little video talking about my books that I would recommend. And what I actually decided to do is each month I'm going to just put together a little video talking about the books that I would recommend people to get their hands on and read as soon as possible. So, because I am so known for making my talking videos last half of the day, I'm just gonna get into it. The first book, and these don't go in any particular order. Now, there's a couple here that are must-reads, like ones that I would say you need to read in your life, and other ones are just ones that I have found touched me in a little bit of a way. So the first book that I would really recommend is called So Be It, and it is by Sara K. And I actually stole this book from my elementary school library when I was still in elementary school because I loved it so much. But it's a very easy read book, and I mean, you can tell this is made for like younger kids because it's like spaced very like wide. But it is an amazing book written about a little girl who is young and her mother who is challenged. And it's just about how she manages to kind of take care of her mom. It talks about things that she notices. It's literally just what it would be like living in this little girl's life. But it is amazing. And I mean, it's not just for kids. On the bottom it says Parents' Choice Gold Award winner. So I'm pretty sure anybody could read it, but it's a beautiful book. So this next book that I got, it is by Holly Goldberg Sloan, and it is called Counting by Sevens. So I had never heard of this book before, ever. I came home one day and this book was sitting on my bed, and it's like a pretty worn book. Like, it's taped up completely on the back. The front's coming off down here. And on the front is a library sticker. So I was like, Dad, like, are you out stealing books too? Like, that was just me. But it says Westminster Public Library, and Westminster is like ages away from where I live. So it doesn't make sense how it's located here in my room. So I was like, Dad, where did this book come from? And he was like, oh, I found it on the street while I was walking the dog. And I was like, really? A sign, a universal sign. But no, seriously, that's how I took it. I took it as, holy shit, like, I need to get my hands on this book. So I'm looking at it. I'm like, and it's a thick book. Like, and again, it's more wide print. And I read the back, and it just says 7 things to know about Willow Chance. And Willow Chance is the main character in this book. I shit myself after I read these 7 things because I might as well have read 7 things to know about Sarah Chavez, but yeah. So literally, like, this little girl is me, and whoever in the universe sent me this book, thank you. Holy hell, whoever dropped this book on the side of the street. I found it and you're not getting it back. But yeah, it's in good hands, so don't worry. But yeah, holy crap, this is one of my you need to read this. But it's about a little girl whose parents die, story of my life. And she's literally like trying, and it's all of a sudden, like, it's out of the blue. And she's kind of just talking about how her life has completely changed. It's talking about how she's managed to cope, about where she lives, how she's just doing the amazing people she meets. It's just crazy. And in here, it just talks about, it proves to you that people are brought into your lives for a reason. Like, as simple as this taxi driver this little girl meets when she's trying to, like, get away from school. They share, like, an amazing connection that it's just amazing. I don't want to get too deep into it and give it everything away, but this would be a book that I would really, really, really recommend you read. Really recommend it. Actually, this was recommended to me by a older friend, so, like, well, that sounded weird, by my dad's girlfriend's cousin. So it's kind of like just an adult in my life. But it is The Art of War. This book is like, I don't understand why every single human being who enlists themselves into any type of military service, I don't know why you are not smacked in the face with this book the second you like step foot into the meeting of like, welcome to this way of life. This is your guys' holy Bible. If you or anybody wants to learn how to stop war, like seriously, I don't know if I need to myself also smack the president in the face with this, but good God, people, everybody needs to read this. It is The Art of War. It literally, it's not even a book you need to work hard to read. It is bulleted bullets of how the hell, it is this book of secrets. That's all I'm going to say. It literally tells you how to go to war, how to successfully win war. It's just, I don't understand how more people are not reading this. I mean, it talks about the use of spies. It talks about maneuvering, weak points and strong points, tactical dispositions, waging war. Like, I don't even like war. I hate history. And I sucked this book down in like a day. Seriously, you guys, I'm not kidding you. Everybody needs to read this, and even if you are not into war, just reading this, you can take the things that are like being generated towards war into your own life. So like when it talks about like enemies, yeah, you can apply that to the enemies in your life, and it literally, it's just, I'm gonna be quiet. Wow. Yeah, wow. But yeah, I'd really recommend that book. I'm getting all worked up. Wow, books. Yeah, this is my life. God. Anyway, and one thing to kind of know about me is I am not religious whatsoever. I do, however, think it is extremely important to educate yourself on every single religion there is. Because think of it this way. If you only have tunnel vision to your religion and what you think and what you practice, you are never going to understand what it's like to live the life of somebody who doesn't think the same way as you. I mean, I promise you guys, not everybody walking this earth is going to have ever opened up a Bible. Not everybody is going to even be religious in any sort of aspect. And I also think it is extremely important for children who don't have any sort of religion necessarily being pushed on them, for them to really have an open eye to every sort of religion there is. I didn't know anything about like Hinduism, Buddhism, Taoism. Like, I knew nothing about that stuff. And once I read even a little bit about it, that right there makes you want to learn more. So it's just, I don't know. I think once you kind of open your eyes and knock down the barrier of this way is the only way that I can live my life, you really start learning different, like, just, I call them secrets just because seriously, it's all secrets. But this book was given to me as a gift, and I am so thankful that it was, because honestly, I would not have ever purchased this book if it was not given to me. I just would have walked right by it. But it is called Jesus Calling, and it is in this very cute, like, little miniature like Bible thing, and it's literally written for people who like aren't religious but need to know that there's someone that is always there for you. So like they talk about how Jesus is always there for you, and it says enjoying peace in his presence. So this book talks about how Jesus is always there for you. But how I took it as, I see like my mother as somebody who I think protects me. So this book, I just took it as Jesus calling, as my mother calling. So it has a day for like every day of the week. What I did was, I read this like all at once. It's, yes, it has little days, and it's like a little diary almost. But it's this woman, she's an amazing writer, but it's literally like Jesus himself is talking to you in this book. And like I said, I'm not religious. I don't know anything about Jesus really, and the story behind it. Like, I don't know. I wasn't raised around that. So it's real cool. And like I said, because of my memory, I have to write down everything I want to remember. So I would seriously get your hands on this book if you haven't already. Jesus, I haven't even gone through all my books and I've already been talking for 12 freaking minutes. gotta go fast. So my next book that I would really recommend is The Happiness Project. I saw this recommended on a book list of like must-read books, and it's literally about this woman. She decides that she's not happy with her life, so she's gonna make herself happy. So every month, again, in the beginning, it even talks about how to like get started. And then each month it talks about, she makes like a list of things that she needs to check off and stuff. It's amazing. It just really inspires you to want to start your own happiness project. And it's just an amazing book. It's an amazing book. So I would really recommend this. Okay, so my last 3 books that I'm going to talk about are my, holy crap, get your damn hands on these freaking books before like I come out there and find you. Because, oh my god, like I need to go lay down for a little bit because these books are so freaking good. But I don't even know which one to start with. Okay. So this book literally finished in 2 days. Changed I like don't even want to talk about these books because I don't have words to explain how amazing these books are, besides the fact that just read the dang thing. Like just read it. Get off your phone and read it. But this is called Finding Freedom, Writings from Death Row. So this book is written by a man who is serving death row. In real life, no shit, not freaking kidding. That's why this is so amazing to me, and this man is such an amazing person. It is a man who is literally on death row, and he learns that this is his last place. Like, he's in prison, and he's not gonna leave. So he can either choose to be in World War III in prison, or he took the lighter route of Buddhism, and it talks about how he literally transformed his life inside of a prison cell. So, like, just this book itself even proves to me, like, if I'm over here sitting in my room, like I'm sitting in this room, I'm blessed enough to be sitting inside of this room, and I think that I have reasons to be sad. There is a young man, Jarvis, who is sitting in his cell happier than I am, and look at where he's at. Like, and it literally, when he walks, it talks about the day he walks into that jail. The second he walks in, he started writing about his experience. He talks about the people he meets, the stories he hears, the guards, he talks about the guards, and it just opens your eyes to life inside of a whole different world, which is prison, and just how inhumane they're treated. It's just beautiful, freaking beautiful. Like, I haven't, get the book. It's on freaking Amazon. That's where I got it. It's there. It's waiting for you. Get the book, and I promise you will thank me. My next book is a book. Oh yeah, I have one other book that I really want to recommend. Hold on, you guys. This is another really good book. Real quick before I get into my top books. This book is another book that is amazing, like mind-blowing. It's called The Dumb House. And this is actually a book that has characters, but there's seriously like 3 characters throughout the whole entire book. But this book, I literally walked into this bookstore that's by where some of my therapy is, and I like was overwhelmed because it was like boom, bombarded with just shelves of books, and I was like what the heck, where am I? And so I literally laid my eyes on the cover of this book, didn't even open it. I didn't even read the back. Something in my little head of mine told me, Sarah, just pick up the damn book, get out of this store, move on with your day. So that's what I did. And holy moly, like now I've read like all this dude's books. The Dumb House. Craziest freaking book you'll ever read. I'm not into this whole like fantasy love type stuff. This is literally about a guy who performs experiments on his children to see like what language does to people. Like it's a sick book. Just read it, okay? I need to end this video. It's getting too long. So yeah, read that book because it is so awesome. It's just, and it makes you not want to put it down because of all the weird shit that happens. It literally, I was like, while I was reading, my jaw was on the floor while I was reading this book because one, I was like, who has an imagination that thinks of this crap? And then second, I was like, and then who has the guts to publish it for the public eye? Like, But this book is a book that I got in this spiritual healing store that's also by my house. And again, it's a book that I laid my eyes on. I liked the feeling of the cover. And I didn't even read the back. I just knew. I have a feeling. But it looks like this. Yes. Hold on. This book is another book that's just like, wow. Like whoever wrote this book, Deepak Chopra. Sorry if I pronounced that wrong. Like I just want to shake your hand and bow to you. Because, wow. Yeah, it's called The Book of Secrets, Unlocking the Hidden Dimensions of Your Life. The title says it all. It is The Book of Secrets. I'm not going to get too much into it just because it's freaking amazing. Like, I can't get over it. I can't. It talks about everything there is to know. Like, it's okay. Yeah, like, just read it. Please. Please. I read it within a couple days, and it's a pretty, like, decently thick book. But after I was done reading it, I was like, bless my soul for reading that book. Like, it is so good. I'm gonna cry. No, I'm just kidding. Not that weird. Okay, so my last book is a book that, by all means, you have to be a little crazy to read, because I'm not kidding you. I purchased this when I was in California when I was staying with my uncles for a little bit. It was on a book recommendation list again. And holy moly, I walked into the store and said, do you have this book? She handed it to me, and I was like, I didn't ask for an encyclopedia. And I just walked away because I got completely intimidated by the size of it. But I was like, Sarah, you wrote this book down on your list of must-read books. You are reading this damn book. Take the book, go to checkout, and get your ass home. So that's what I did. But she handed me this book, and I was like, thanks? Like, what is this? Like, this is a science textbook for college. Sorry. So I was just like, what is this? And honestly, like, it's one of those books that I don't want to say I would recommend because, again, it is so sick, twisted, and weird. And people are like, Sarah, like, what kind of twisted crap are you putting into your brain? You just have to have patience, sanity, and the want to get through a crazy freaking book in order to read this book. This book is called The House of Leaves. It is filled with a million footnotes, okay? There are texts written in one sort of font, for example. Texts written in another sort of font. One font indicates one person thinking. The other font indicates just facts. There's another font that indicates another thing, okay? And then some of the chapters are this long. And then, you know, once you get decently way in, it makes you wait, though. It makes you wait to go crazy until you're like 100 pages in. And then the shit starts looking like this. And you're kind of like, this is getting weird. And then it starts looking like this. And then you're like, okay, this is like really freaking weird. Like, what? And then things start going sideways. Words start falling apart. This book takes place in one house. Same family. This shit drives you crazy, and then it leaves you feeling like you wish you honestly never read the book because it makes you feel so weird. Like, I swear, I think this book is real. Like, I think it's true. Like, the Navidson record is true. And it's so crazy that I literally had to write all over it just to remember what the heck is going on. Because it's so weird. It is so strange. But you guys, I promise, it is so freaking worth it. I mean, it took me a month. Literally, let's see. I started this book February 13th and I finished March 20th. So, it took me a while to read this. But, like, I was reading this along with a couple other books too, so that's why it took me a little bit. But, yeah, this is honestly, I'm not gonna lie, the biggest book I have ever successfully finished and not, like, just left abandoned. But this book, it just messes with your mind. It makes you think about some weird stuff. It's very strange, and I would recommend it just because it makes you feel so weird after you're done reading it. Because you're seriously sitting there like, it took me a month to get through that book. And literally for how thick it is, you're like, it really took that much to freaking explain this story. But seriously, I promise you, it is so worth it. This book is amazing. Like, amazing. So now that I'm all worked up and my blood pressure is out of this world, and trust me, if your life is really boring like mine and you like don't leave the house, reading makes your life way more interesting, I promise. Like, look how excited I got just off of talking about the books I've read. Imagine how excited I am while I'm reading them. Yeah, it's cool. But yes, these books, all these books that I talked about today, get your hands on them. I promise next month I will be back with another bundle of freaking amazing books. But seriously, like, I really, before my accident, wasn't into reading. I just wanted to start doing this every month because books are, again, like I said, my second love to makeup. So I want to share the amazing things I learn with you guys. I would just recommend everybody to start reading. Read every single night. Read when you wake up. Like, what I have forced myself to do is I forced myself to read at least a chapter of my book before I even pick up my phone in the morning. And I don't have anything on my phone. Like, you guys know me. I don't have Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, none of that BS. I have YouTube. So literally I'll like go on my phone and just start watching YouTube, and then 5 hours will pass. So I tell myself, Sarah, you're not allowed to watch any YouTube until you either A, finish the book, or B, get to whatever point I want to get at. So yes, just give yourself goals. I mean, seriously, I'll tell myself, like, I want to finish this book in 3 days. I'll finish it in 3 days. And then you feel amazing when you finish it. Like, honestly, I'll, like, close the book, frisbee it across my room, and be like, what now? I'm educated. So, yeah. And especially for if, you do happen to have, like, a little bit of a brain injury and you can't go to school, like myself, it gives you something to do. I'm serious. Like, it does. It fills your time, and it takes your mind off of life and the bull crap that happens in normal life. So, and then if you do have a bunch of crap happening in your life, read books on how to fix it. Like, that's all I do. Don't, like, a lot of people I think get intimidated by the term self-help, because, like, self-help books make you seem like you're psycho and you need help, but it's not. Like, I promise you, those books, I'm sure sane people would read and get just as much out of it as I do. So I promise you, if you're depressed, if you're sad, if you have clutter in your house, if you want to just organize, there's books on it, and I promise you, hearing it in other people's words and just like hearing how that author puts it, everybody's book is completely different. So it's just amazing. Like, you will never get bored. I don't know, books are cheap too, so it's not like it's an expensive addiction. So yeah, it's just, one thing that I would really recommend is just like get a bookshelf or something, because like I'm a low-key hoarder and I need help with all my books. So yeah, I'm gonna end this video. I'm sorry, like, you guys tell me to do talk through videos and then they last this long. I have no like understanding of time. So I apologize. I really do. So I'm sorry, and thank you for whoever stuck through this video. Please buy the books. Please let me know. There's been a couple of you guys who, seriously, you guys left comments and you're like, I'm reading Keep It Shut, because in one of my other videos I mentioned this little book, Keep It Shut. And I literally had people like comment and be like, Sarah, I'm reading this book right now. I had to get it once you mentioned it. And I was like, no way, like, you literally went out and bought it? Like, really? Really? Like, it made me so happy. And I'm like, thank you, because you're gonna learn all the things I learned, and it helped me so much. And it just like makes me so happy knowing that like other people are learning how to not be like unhappy and hard on themselves. It just makes me hurt. Makes it happy. So yeah, I'm gonna go do something else because I need to stop talking to my camera. But thank you guys to everybody who has been subscribing to me too. Like, I've already gotten over like 6,000 subscribers, and I was like, what is life? Like, how is this even happening? But it's happening because of you guys. So thank you, and I truly appreciate it, and it's so cool. I think it is so cool. And all of you guys who leave the amazing comments, I promise I read every single one of your comments. I try to reply to everybody. That like you see under your comment is me. I promise I'm the one who liked it. Even if I don't have a chance to comment back, I will like it. So yes, thank you for everybody who has been supporting me so far. I truly, truly, truly appreciate it.